Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy. I got a couple of things I want to get off my mind. Put it on the record. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. It's a lot of talk about this fight going around, and it's a lot of talk about Ryan is the main attraction of this fight. I don't know if it's good or bad, but we all know how old media do it, and we all know how the fans that hate Devin Haney do it. I try to keep it fair all the way across the board. If I say something about one and the other one do it, I try to make sure I put that same qualification on the other fighter as if uh, I don't have no dog in the fight, which I don't have a dog in the fight. Um, just like I said when Earl lost to Terrence Crawford, um, everybody talked about whoever win this fight will be the best fighter in the boxing game. Terrence Crawford won. Um, a lot of the Earl Spence fans stayed on code. They won't call it as they see it, but I'm a Earl guy. If you don't believe me, you can ask D Ray because D Ray is a Terrence Crawford guy, and I still give Terrence his props because um, he earned them. So today I want to talk about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Um, Ryan Garcia is doing a lot of antics. And then, as I say, the people that hate Devin Haney saying, well, maybe he's trying to sell a fight and and the ticket's not selling, so he's trying to do something to sell them. Then they say because Devin Haney don't sell, and I remind you that Devin Haney is a great fighter. Sometimes the great fighters don't sell, but that don't make you not a great fighter because you don't sell. Yeah, we know knockout sell, but just because you're not a knockout artist don't mean you're not a great fighter. Being a great fighter is just having the machine behind you to promote you and to make you into a great fighter. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Ryan Garcia and his antics and all the things he's doing. Some say he's sabotaging the fight, and some say that the fight is not going to do good numbers because Ryan is sabotaging it. So I guess if the fight do decent numbers, I guess it's only because of Devin. But then you got other people saying, well, if the fight do good numbers, it's only because the people that came bought the tickets wanted to see how Ryan was going to do and what Ryan was doing. It's always about somebody else when you don't like a fighter, and you always can make excuses for the fighter that you like, and I always talk bad about the fighter that you don't like. If it happens, I'm gonna give Devin his props um, because Ryan is acting like a total nut. And I think the only reason why he's acting like a total nut is because a lot of people don't really get it. He have a different type of fear of Devin than he does of Tank. Now let me explain that before y'all jump all over me about it. Yeah, of course we know Tank is the knockout artist, and it don't take one punch for him to get you up out of there. And a lot of times when you're in situations, you'll take that one shot and get it over with versus being tortured. I think he understand that when he went in with Tank, he knew at any given time Tank was gonna hit him with something that was gonna stop him. It was either gonna knock him out or demobilize him. It demobilized him. Probably not to the degree that it actually did, but it was his way out. He didn't want no more of it. He'd have been in the ring with Devin 6 times, which I could care less about that because I feel like this. When you was in the third grade, when you was in the fifth grade, when you was in the eighth grade, there probably was some people that you was afraid of, or there probably was some people that did some things to you that you didn't retaliate. You know, they might have took your milk at lunch, they might have took your pencil, whatever the case is. You probably didn't retaliate because your mind was too young, and they had already defeated you in their mind, in your mind. But at the same token, after you've gotten older, some of those same people, you look at them, and even probably after you made it to high school or right out of high school, you had no fear of them. So I don't care nothing about those 6 times they fought. Because both of them was learning. One of them probably was a little advanced than the other one. One of them was a little more polished than the other one. So be it. We're talking about what's going on now. Devin Haney is one of the best fighters in the world right now. Whether you want to admit it or not, he is. A lot of people don't think so because they feel like he's not a knockout artist. No, he's not a knockout artist. No, he don't have power. But then, as I said, Mayweather was knocking him out of his in the early part of his career. Then the latter part of his career, when he had hand problems, he stopped knocking him out. But then nobody said nothing about he couldn't get no knockouts. But that didn't stop him from being a great fighter. Ryan understands that going into this fight, he gonna have to fight 12 rounds. And I said this in a previous video. He gonna have to fight 12 rounds. And if he can't get off, and Devin is getting off, he's gonna get punished for 12 rounds. You could say what you want to say about Devin. He don't have any power. He can't hurt nobody. This, that, and the third. See, Devin never get his just due. And I give a man his just due because I want mine. Everybody talked about Regis being a big threat at 40 for Devin. But as soon as he made Regis look like he was an amateur, everybody say, well, you know, Regis was the weakest link. It's always an excuse. But that's why I put it on the record. Because what I say now, I say it again in the future. The only way I won't say it in the future if it's something that I said and the facts change or the information change, then I got to change. Because if not, then I become a fanboy and not a fan of the sport. So I again say Ryan has a different type of fear of Devin than he had of Tank. And then you still may say, well, Tank was a knockout artist. You know, he can't be scared of Tank. I mean, Devin and no. He said it out of his own mouth. Check back on the records. He said out of the three, Devin, Tank, and Shakur, Devin would be his hardest fight. But you don't want to admit to that because you want to keep Tank above Devin, which he is the A side when it comes to them two. But we're not talking about Devin and Tank right now. We're talking about Ryan and what he said out of his mouth. But you hate Devin so much till you'll say, well, he was just talking, or you'll make your excuse. Whether you want to admit it or not, Devin is a great fighter. Whether you want to admit it or not, Devin has called out all the top fighters. And they saying everything except let's fight. Rumor has it, I don't know because I haven't did my research. But if it's true, hit me. Everybody's talking about Matisse. Rumor has it that Matisse said he don't want to fight Devin. He want to fight Regis. But that's your guy. That's the guy that you said that's going to stop Devin and that's going to give him his loss. Everybody is hoping and wishing for Devin to have a loss so he won't be undefeated just like Tank. Let's become boxing fans again. If we get in front of this camera, let's call it like we see it and not flip the narrative and not become fanboys and become fans of the sport. Because at the end of the day, all these fighters gonna go away and it's gonna be a new crop. At the end of the day, don't none of these fighters know none of us. No matter how loyal you try to be to these fighters, they don't know none of us. You will never sit at a table and eat. So call it like it is. That's all I have. I'll holler at you on the next one. And I'm out of here like last year.